delay, how did that impact you guys? I know last year we were like threatened with this huge delay throughout the week, and then it never materialized. And of course, this year it kind of came a little bit out of the blue, I guess.
I guess for me, I felt like Grandma's handled it really well, and it was for the safety of not only the runners, but more importantly, everybody setting up the race. So I felt like it was communicated well, given with enough time to prepare, and so it didn't affect me at all. If anything, I had more time in my hotel room, which was nice.
Same here, yeah, I was grateful for it, just to have a little bit extra time to get ready and not rush. And then, yeah, to have everything run so smoothly and know within, a reasonable amount of time, there was really no effect on us, the racers, at all. Just glad that everyone was safe.
Neither of you are like super superstitious that have to like, this is my pre-race routine, I have to do it at this time in this order and everything like that?
Thankfully, no. I feel like I used to be really superstitious in high school, but as I've gotten older, I'm not very superstitious anymore.
To quote Michael Scott, I'm not superstitious, I'm just a little stitious.
What was your biggst quirk, Annie, in high school?
I would write my goal race time on my race underwear. That
Okay.
was and so that was one thing I would do. I can't remember. Yeah, that was my biggest weird thing, I guess.
Annie, for you, you've won the half twice now. Is the marathon something you'd ever consider doing, or?
For sure, we'll have to eventually. It is such a good course to run fast, so definitely at some point I will. Yeah, who knows when that will be, but yeah, I always love coming back for the half. And yeah, it's such a great race.
Talk about your partnership between the two of you. I know that you guys are always neck and neck, you're running together, you're training together, and then it always comes full circle at Grandma's Marathon.
Yeah, I mean, today was a really good showing of us being at a very similar fitness level, I would say. For the first 8 or 9 miles, Annie was leading by 20 yards or so, and then I was able to catch up to her, tried to get her to come along with me, and then, I don't know, with 3 miles to go, I thought, oh yeah, I got her. This is racing in the bag, gonna get my win here. And then I started hearing people cheer for her again, and she got me with about a half mile to go, and it was, at that point, we're not really encouraging each other anymore. It's every person for themselves, but it was a lot of fun, because if it's not me, I want it to be her.
Yeah, I was thinking all the same things that Dakotah just said, except for the opposite. I was thinking, yeah, Dakotah's gonna win this. As soon as she passed me, I was like, she passed me decisively, and I'm sure she did that on purpose, and it kind of demoralized me. So I was like, all right, Dakotah's gonna win this race today. But then slowly just reeled her back in, and I never gave up. And yeah, it was literally in the last half mile that I was able to pass her. But yeah, I feel like we're both just, you never know whose day it's gonna be, and we both just push each other so much. So it was really fun for today, because yeah, our fitness is really similar right now, and yeah, it's a good spot to be, and I think it's a really good spot to push each other when you're both in a similar place.
Is the cliche true for you? In order to be the best, you gotta be the best?
For sure that's true, yeah. I feel so fortunate to, train with the best. Dakotah raises the bar for me. Yeah, if I were training solo, I'm sure I wouldn't be able to get as much out of myself, compared to training with our group in Dakotah. It makes such a difference in my own performance.
You set the course record last year. How pleased were you with your time this year?
This year, honestly, it was more about competing for just place, because we both came off of Boston in April, and so it's a little bit of a shortened build up to this one. Working back into fitness again, and I think with the humidity too, it kind of adjusted expectations. I knew early on that I went out at the same pace as I did last year, but it did not feel nearly as good as last year. So early on, I knew that the pace was probably going to have to be adjusted, and time was out the window. Still happy. I think it was 69 something, but I wasn't necessarily going for a course record today, more just for the win.
Do you guys, between the two of you, have a celebratory tradition at all?
Not really. I think I'll just celebrate down here in downtown Canal Park, I guess, and get some drinks and hang out.
As elite experienced runners, I'm curious, Annie, you mentioned the humidity. Do you guys like check stuff on that before, and does that impact your strategy going into the race, or is it a little bit just you go off a feel once you get out there?
I feel like we knew this whole week it was going to be humid. This whole week it was saying it was going to be like 90% or higher humidity, so we had the heads up that it was probably going to feel rough. Thankfully it wasn't like 80 degrees. I think it's supposed to be later. I think later it's supposed to be 80 degrees, but for us it was like 55, 60, so it wasn't too bad temperature-wise or wind-wise. But I think, me personally, I think Dakotah's similar. We both went into this one with more just seeing how it feels and going off of that and just following our instincts within the race rather than prescribing a set pace and following that strictly.
What are the plans for this year? Any more races?
Yeah, I have one more race this summer. I'm going to do the USATF 6K Championships. Those are in Canton, Ohio, July 12th, I believe. And then after that, I'll take a little mini break and then start gearing up for fall races.
What about you, Dakotah?
The only race on the calendar is the Antrim Coast Half Marathon in Belfast, Northern Ireland. That's in later August, and I have a fall marathon on the calendar that I can't quite disclose yet.
Okay. What do you think about Twin Cities Marathon?
I've done the Twin Cities Marathon. In 2019, I took second place. It's a great course. It's beautiful. It can be quite fast, but it's challenging with the summit hill there right at the end for sure. I do enjoy it though.
I've never run the marathon. I've done the 10 mile several times. I hope to do the 10 mile again this year. We live right there, so it feels like a hometown race. And so many people out there cheering for us because they know our team, Minnesota Distance Elite, and they know us. So hopefully I'll be there this year for the 10 mile.
We'll take one last question and then move on to Murphy.
Annie, you won the half marathon last year. Coming into this one, is there a little more pressure to kind of defend your title this year?
I did feel I put pressure on myself. I didn't really feel any external pressure, but I definitely wanted to come back and take the win again this year. But it was really just internal pressure, and I think that can really drive me sometimes. So it wasn't too much. It was just something that I placed on myself.
Thanks, everyone.
Well,
Thank you.